What?
You had all just made it back to the tea room. And, of course, almost immediately started yelling at Mike, who calmed down for a moment, enough that everybody could take their focus on him, or to off of him, until you hear just a sudden, whoa, shit! And then, Juliet, you feel a sudden scratch on the back of your hand. Everybody else sees Extreme Mike, his arm jerked back behind him, not like he's intentionally stabbing, but like he was pulled or possibly pushed. And then you see Juliet crumple. Juliet, the experience is slightly different for you. You feel the scratch, and then for a couple heartbeats, you don't feel anything. Not your body, not the ground, not gravity. You can't even say that you're tumbling through nothing because it doesn't feel like you're moving at all. It doesn't really feel like there's a Juliet 2 move besides the part of you that recognizes something fucky is happening. And that's a medical term right there.
Yes.
Um, and then you come back to yourself, or at least the ghost of yourself, a spiritual simulacrum that seems like you, but completely see through. It's almost cheesy in a way as you stand in the room and see you on the floor and everybody frozen with their reaction on their face. Mostly horror. Extreme Mike's is confusion. Um, the only person who seems to be able to move and act still is Frederick, who looks at you while nobody else does, tilts their head to the side for a moment, and then says, "Oh, you're not supposed to be here.
Where am I?
This You are on the other side of the house. The side people with a pulse aren't supposed to see." And I'm not sure why.
Am I weaker than a Victorian child? I got a scratch on the back of my hand.
I don't think that's what's happening here. And Frederick moves a little closer and reaches out and kind of points at the center of your chest, roughly where your heart would be, and says, "You've got a spark here. Like there's a light in the center of you." And you can see it when you look down. It's not radiating light so much as it's a ball of incandescent something. It's silver, it's gold, it's colors where there aren't any colors anymore. Everything has washed out except for this chakra, key, soul, something else entirely. It's not clear what it is. It's definitely not in any anatomy books.
It left a piece in me.
Or that was always there. You probably didn't feel what I felt around that spearhead, but you might get a sense of it now. And Frederick points over to where Extreme Mike, that's Extreme with two X's, by the way, is suspended in midair like he's falling, like he was pulled. looking surprised and kind of in pain, which might be at least a small balm for the situation. Maybe not. Um, the spear looks whole here, new, like it was just forged of bronze, razor sharp. There's actually, you can see faint scroll work in it and some runes that seem to move a little bit even as you watch them.
And I assume it had that black acre stuff that
No,
we. No? Okay.
entirely clean.
I th- Okay, I got confused because he said what's on that. Never mind.
No, it's all right. It's all right. Um, there was in Saul's vision, the black stuff was on it. In current
Oh,
times, it
right.
was just corroded and pitted, patented. And Frederick scratches their borrowed skull for a moment and points at the hand that was gashed. And was like, "Is it supposed to be doing that? I don't remember flesh very well."
What?
And you look down, and the slash at your hand is emitting something like smoke, a thin, unbroken tendril that wavers and flows and seems to float, and it's heading towards the floor, but not like it's falling, like this is an intentional movement.
No. This isn't supposed to be happening.
I don't know how to help you here, or if I even can. I feel kind of like I'm a smoothie of memories.
That's all right, Fendrick.
I didn't even know what a smoothie was until I found this skeleton. um, and Frederick kind of like pokes around, like something should be happening when they reach a certain way, and then kind of taps at the hip bones a little bit, kind of nervously, and says, I can't get back to where they are," and points at everyone else.
Well, would you like to come with me?
I can try. I don't know that I can leave my bubble. Like
I.
there's only so far I can go in the house on either side since I woke up, if that's the right word.
She's gonna try to follow the smoke. Like, figure out how to follow it.
Focusing on the smoke and trying to follow it has Juliet just sliding through the floor. Not a fall, not exactly flight. More like moving on an elevator that you can't see or feel. Frederick tries to come with, that you hear kind of a bony thump on carpet. And I'm okay. I bye.
Hopefully, I'll see you again.
Hopefully. Good luck.
Thank you.
And once the process is started, it doesn't seem like Juliet can stop or direct it. It takes her down through several floors. And in this way of seeing things, she can only see through far. It's not letting her see through walls or anything, but the house looks remarkably different. It looks infected almost, especially between the walls. There's something spreading in the spaces between the walls, and it's dark and it's cancerous and it's pulsing like it's alive.
Oh.
She can even see it is spreading as she continues her downward path, as though it hasn't completely infiltrated the entire house. It's not moving quickly, but there's a sort of inevitability to the movements. Down through the basement, and once she's reached the basement, the filament, the smoke has already gone ahead of her and is drawing her down a path that is familiar for a given value of familiar. It's the path that she and the others took to reach the cave.
She's gonna continue on. What else is
She
she
can,
gonna do?
yeah, absolutely. And she can see the things that were barely held at bay um, by the light. While she's down here like this, light doesn't seem to really matter. She can see everything clearly, if in that sort of black and white grayscale. They look like somebody had rats described to them, and that somebody both had a rather disturbing sort of mind and absolutely no artistic skill. They are wrong. Too many limbs, not enough limbs, too many eyes, too many mouths, tails. Some of them have scales or carapace. Um, they're twisted, uh, well beyond anything nature ever intended. This obviously isn't just some sort of trapped crossbreeding or inbreeding problem. This is corruption. They don't seem to be able to see or interact with Juliet, but her passage causes them to scatter and then reform behind her. They swarm, they fight, they kill and eat each other. They are not something meant for this world. And it seems at times as though the world is trying to expel them, but there's nowhere for them to go. The path eventually leads at the cave, but this cave is not the one that she remembers. The shape of it is, but there's no moss here. There's no creature pinned to a rock. There's no valise on a stone. There isn't even that hole that let in some sunlight. Not at first, anyway. There are sounds coming from above. Some of them monstrous, some of them human. Wordless shouts and horrid screeches. And after, it's hard to say how long for this. It could have been just a couple minutes of being forced to wait there and hear this. It could have been just some seconds. It could have been hours. But there is a thunderous crack, and light and dirt and rock spill from above. Through that hole come tumbling two figures. One of them, a far more animate version of what had been pinned to the rock.
Hmm.
The thing with too many limbs and spikes and tentacles and teeth. The other one is human as far as she can tell, dressed in bone and leather armor, wielding a spear with a familiar tip. This spear looks whole and deadly. And the figure wielding it, whose face is shrouded by some sort of leather quasi helmet, a cap with a mask only showing the eyes, lands lightly despite the fall, where the creature crashes into the ground and immediately goes on the attack again. The creature bleeds with every strike, although the wounds heal up very quickly. The battle is obviously not between a normal human and a creature. This figure moves like they were born to fight, and they were born to fight against overwhelming odds. Their spear darts in, bites, parries, they dodge, bend, and flow, never actually taking a real strike until the end, and it comes suddenly. The figure lands a decisive blow right in the spot where you found the wound, however many decades, centuries, millennia later. But the blow is not landed without cost. She's pierced multiple times by talons, by teeth, by tendrils, and the scream that she lets out makes it very clear that it's a probably female. It might not be. Let's not judge here. But it is high pitched and feminine in tone. Despite the wounds, and it's clear that these are mortal wounds, she leans in and says a word that you can't understand, that doesn't seem like it is a word that should be spoken in this world. And there is an immediate consequence. The creature stills. But as you saw, it doesn't break apart. It doesn't delicace. It just stops. The figure, however, dissolves slowly into motes of light. And it feels like not necessarily victory in the air, but a sense of triumph and accomplishment before the motes whirl together and form a rather more transparent version of the figure that you saw. And she looks at you and says, "You do not belong here."
I didn't really have a choice.
How did you get here?
She's gonna show her hand, and then the one thing led to another. I'm here.
That that shouldn't happen, even if somebody has the spear. There's got to be there has to be more to this. Can I see your hand? And she takes it and sort of gently turns it this way and that, staring at the wound and poking at the tendril, which kind of writhes around her fingers like happy little lizards, just eager to be there and happy to see her. And she pauses at that and then says, oh, that's either fantastic or not good. Probably both. That tends to be the way of these things.
What?
You have a spark. And the figure reaches out and kind of gently taps at your breastbone just for a moment. And you, I feel, or I fear, have a very particular spark.
Could I have some more information, please? Could you be any less vague?
That depends. And please understand, if I can't give you in more information, it's because I literally cannot, not because I am wanting to be puckish or mysterious. That's never really been my thing. Um, do you know who your parents are?
No. Um, as far as I'm concerned, they didn't want me. I grew up with my grandma.
That
I am okay with it. I had a very nice life with my grandma.
no, it's I wasn't feeling awkward about that so much as that may not have been the case. What what do you know about the God spawn, children of the gods?
I found out that I might be one.
Oh, there's no might about it, my dear.
All right. Um,
You, that spark you have right there, that glowing golden, silver, platinum, copper, everything, that is the tiniest mote of godly essence. You might have been made, you might have been born, you might simply have been dreamed into being. But whatever the case, a god was directly involved in your creation.
that feels like something I should be excited about.
I don't know. I was excited to find out about it. I mean, I
I
thought
mean,
I was
I
going to
think
grow up farming beets.
it's cool, and I'm pretty sure it did save my life at one point.
Eh, I wouldn't doubt it. The spark makes it harder, even at its base, it makes it harder for you to die because, well, you, we are, I don't want to say playthings of the fates, but we definitely have, from the moment we come into existence, however that might be, um, the fates know us. And there are people who say that the fates know everybody, and they're technically not wrong, but you can know everybody and still only pay attention to certain people. You, us, we weigh heavier on reality, just a little bit, than most normal people.
All
And
right.
that gets attention.
Like that of a titan? What was that?
That is Titan spawn.
Ah.
You will almost never find a Titan here in the world.
Was it a titan or a titan spawn? That
Titan spawn.
okay. So that's what I'm up against.
Yes, and as with many things, there are those who are stronger, those who are weaker, but you, and she reaches up and taps the streak of white, you didn't run up against anything weak. This is not just a wound, this is an exchange and a binding. Have you found it since? Since I'm guessing you didn't kill it the first time and it didn't manage to kill you.
No. Um, I don't remember much.
That isn't shocking. Um, something like this would have not just injured you, but it would have eaten some of your memories to give it form and direction. Have you run into anything that seems terribly interested in you?
So, the house we're in, I keep hearing my last name. That I
That,
haven't seen it.
well, then it's probably here. And
Oh,
it's either set a trap for you or it's just been moving around trying to find you. I can't say for certain, although I've dealt with a great many of these things.
what do I do? How? How do I
Well,
survive? Is that an option?
survival is an option. It's definitely an option. I did. Many of our kind do, but certainly not all of them. You're going to have to fight it somehow. That doesn't necessarily mean you have to battle it the way I did. You can see there can be drawbacks to that. Um, but anything short of destroying it just means that it's either going to try to find you when it breaks free, or it will try to find any descendants you might have, bloodline, anything like that. It will never stop hunting you now that it had that taste. Even it can kill hundreds, thousands, and you will still always be what it hungers for.
Oh, um, could I keep your trick in my back pocket? Last resort.
I don't suggest it, but when all else fails, is it just you
Here or that it's calling for?
here? Like, have you
Mm,
have you formed a group, a company? Do you have?
yes.
Okay, that might be your ticket. I was always a really big loner, she says, and scratches at the back of her helmet with a hand, so there's kind of a leather
I
squeaky
do know what
noise.
that's like.
We tend to.
Hmm.
I'm glad you managed to sort of move beyond that.
What
Um,
can I say? People think I'm cute.
they're not
That's
wrong.
so spooky.
Yeah, no, they're not. Doesn't seem to bother them at all. Um, I'm just from everything I'm getting, I'm guessing that your mother is.
It's all right.
I really thought that was going to work if I could just kind of drop it there with no build up.
Is there
Um,
dust on the ground? We're in a cave.
yeah, there's dust on the ground, especially in dirt.
Juliet is kind of gonna, like, with her platforms, make a line in the floor. And, like,
And she leans down and she like puts her finger in the dirt, and as soon as it starts to move, her hand just goes point.
I understand.
I don't know why they don't want you to know. Um, but I can say that they're very popular with a certain group who likes long ships and didn't actually wear horns on their helmets. That's the best direction that I appear to be allowed to give you.
Vikings?
Hmm? I'm sorry, what'd you say?
Something about Vikings?
Like something about Vikings. Um,
Some
as to
something like that. It's Norse. Her she's witchy and she uses runes. We've been over
mhm.
this.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Our the bloodlines of the gods tend to be surprisingly strong in certain ways. Some things seem to come through quite strongly. As to surviving, was it was it my spear that did that? It's the only thing I could think of where
Yes.
whenever you got to it. How
Yes.
far in the future are you?
Oh, the current day, right?
Yeah.
It's 2026.
Huh. Huh. Did that stay dead? I just got to know because I'm
Yes.
pretty sure. But okay, good, good. Um. Well, if you have the spearhead, even if it's not necessarily in pristine condition, it's still a weapon that was
It's
meant to.
just the tip right now. Wait, no, it's the full one now. Or it looks like it.
It looked like a complete spearhead. Like before, it was a corroded complete spearhead.
Mm.
On this side of things, it looks like bright and shiny, new, super sharp, but there's no handle with it. Still, it's just him holding around the sort of the cap that
Ah,
tightens onto the shaft. Phrasing, I know. Um, so I would look to that. Whatever it is that's here and hunting you can't be terribly strong now. I know what was planned for this land, and purging the Titan spawn who were here was part of that.
all right. Could you give me any more hints?
I
If not, that's all right. I'm afraid.
You should be, but not because you can't win, but because fear is healthy and fear can keep you alive. If you're where I think we still are, I don't think I was recalled, as it were. Um, do everything you can to keep the door closed. You don't know the cost that was paid to close it the first time.
It would be great if you could tell me.
They seem to be struggling for a moment against a terrible force. You can see their muscles lock up, their spectral bodies stiff as a board. They start to unravel before your eyes. But before they do, you hear a pained croak, the voice saying, Pandora's box was not a box. And then they're gone. And the tendril snaps upward, like or she'd been lassoed on the arm. She's dragged violently upwards back into the room. You can see your body hurtling towards you, even through the floors between. And then you slam back into yourself and gasp as your body functions again. remembers how to breathe. And you hear, shit, I'm sorry, I don't know what happened.
I need that.
Yeah, here. But before it lands in your hand, we're going to do some intros. Because this involves everybody now. And because, it just seemed like a great point to say, not just yet. So, thank you for joining us here for Everyday Divinity, our Cyan 2nd Edition game, hosted here on the lovely Dirty 20 channel. No, it's not a Pethos Bison. I'm more original than that.
I'll try not to take that as a personal insult, but never mind.
Well, I mean, I come up with my own ideas, Kevin. Thank you. Everybody's a little bit on it tonight. And I'm not saying I'm not here for it, just, we're going to go ahead and start this off as we always do with our introductions, starting with our cold open. Ren.
Hi, I'm Ren. You found me. I am here on Monday in the Pandora's Gift Suncast as Xenon Al-Qaedis, Cleric of Nyx. Alternate Wednesdays as Trek in our Oracle Force game. Thursdays as Nora Avalon in Deviant Paradox. Today as Juliet Fairchild. Hopefully she'll still be here. And Sundays as Rena Ingvald's daughter in Shadow of the Focterm. That's all from me. I'm gonna pass it on over to Solace, and I'll be right back.
Just before you go, I wanted to let you know it translated what you said on Wednesday is that you play Shrek on Wednesday. That's what the closed captioning says.
And you know what?
Oh, I am Kevin. I am of Dirty 20 Gaming. Run 2 games on Monday, but we're damn near done those, so I'm not going to talk about them anymore. Wednesdays that she's not playing Shrek. I am playing a 3-foot tall pigeon who has gone to war with a tree full of rats in our Humbled Hearts campaign. Very sweet, very cute little animals doing horrible shit to each other and saving the world in the process. And then on Fridays, I get to come here and watch Saul do his thing because I don't know what he's doing. And the only other thing I'm going to mention is coming up in little over 2 weeks' time, we are going to be starting a whole new show on Monday evenings once Pandora's Gift is done for the Night Crew. And it is going to be using the Grok gaming system, which has absolutely fuck all to do with Grok the AI. And in fact, that's why we're doing it, to show that this game has nothing to do with that, and it's actually, as it says on the box, human-made. And with that, I will potato the heatness over to Sans.
Hey y'all, my name is Sarah. I go by Sans on the Discord. I am on this channel 5.5 nights a week. Starting here tonight as Alexandria Melanoe. This can't get any fucking worse. On our Sunday 7th Sea Shadow of the Focterm, I play Rosa Nyx. Oh no. The fact that it still works this week too is wonderful. No, it's not a challenge. Our Monday game, Pandora's Gift Mooncast, I play Clarity Palace, the worst necromancer ever. Our Tuesday, Rise of the Temple, D&D 5e, Homebrew World by our wonderful DM Shadow. I play Aiko of House Wolf. Our every other Wednesday game, our Mask Oracle Force, I play Nightwish Literal Ball of Anxiety. And our Thursday game, City of Mist, I am the DM of the Chaos over on Deviant Paradox. Apparently, I do mean things to my players.
And they love it.
So let's actually toss it over to one of my players, Mudkip.
Hello, over on the Discord. I am known as Mudkip. I'm here 2 nights a week. First of those is Thursday, which kind of talked about a little bit. That is where I play Grant. One day I'm going to be so happy to start calling my last name again, but it's still gone. It's okay. Maybe one day, but that's not today. Today is Friday. Friday is our everyday Divinity game where I play Xander Melanoe. He's here for the plants. And then it finds out, people also are important. He's working on that one. Like, the plants are very, very important because they let you breathe. Because without them, we'd all suffocate. There's not really much of a segue to go off of that. So I'm just going to throw it back to our Weaver of Fate.
Hi, folks. That's me, your friendly neighborhood Pat Kyle. You can find me here Fridays. This is obviously the right day running this game that people keep coming back to for some reason. And on Sundays, you can find me playing Len, the Wizard of Ice, and possibly about to start flailing about with his bare arms. We'll see how literal that will be. And otherwise, you can find me in various Twitch chats for these games, being a menace, other Twitch chats, being a menace, on the Discord, being a menace, especially with unhinged food memes. And there's a pattern there if you're observant. Second Amendment, I like it. And we're going to get back into the game at the point where Juliet starts to breathe again. It seems like she had only just dropped before she stands up and demands the spearhead. And
She
can
is
see
like gasping for air because that was a lot for her.
yeah. And Extreme Mike, he looks at it for a moment like this has kind of been his like life-saving good luck charm.
First of
But
all,
he
I need it.
also
Second of all, and never mind, you go. You stabbed me with it.
I don't know why that happened. I wasn't even facing you. But yeah, here, if it's got a mind of its own, I don't know that I want to. And the moment it's in Juliet's hands, there is a faint crackling sound, almost like static electricity that crawls from the base of the cap slowly up towards the tip. And as it passes, it's like a line restoring it to what it had been. Within moments, she is holding a razor sharp, leaf shaped spearhead, about 7 inches long, something suitable for cutting and thrusting both, but with no shaft or anything to attach it to. It's just a blade on a cone of metal that she can get her hand around.
So, the thing calling my name, that is the Titan. It's looking for me. I can't deal with it on my own.
You're magic.
Magic doesn't exist.
Then
Are
tell
you
me.
not saying
Then tell
everything?
me how that happened. And I pointed to clean, crisp brass blade.
Even Extreme Mike is like, babe. It points at Frederick, points at the spearhead.
If you notice, Alex doesn't look.
Yep.
Ever.
You're not looking where I'm
Call
pointing.
her babe. Don't call her babe.
Sure thing, babe.
I won't tell anyone if you stab him.
I didn't see shit.
We saw the video of Ass Dan being eaten by slime with eyes and teeth.
Okay, Mike, do you want to get left here all by yourself?
Oh, the thing that was in the cave. That was Titan spawn. That's what we're dealing with.
I hand Alexandria my flask of rum. Not a word, just pop the lid open and hand her the flask.
I don't
Shoot. Takes a shot. Gives it back.
Mm-hmm.
I don't expect you guys to help. I could use it.
Yeah, fuck it, I'm in.
Nobody asked you.
How do you think you could help?
Can't be serious.
I'm totally serious. Look, I'm not a smart guy. I admit to this when there's no cameras rolling. But I'm not getting out without all of you. That's
Might
pretty clear.
not be getting out.
I'd rather try than sit here and have a tea party till I run out of food and have to piss in a corner again.
All
That
right.
was
Don't say I didn't warn you. I understand.
Would you like a blessing for your blade?
Sure. I would appreciate that.
Well, he's still got his flask. He pours a little bit of rum on it, lights one of his little cigars, and then with that same puff, he has the puff, and then takes the lighter over and just lights the rum that's on the blade, and then mutters a little rhyme that's just, it basically just says, for when we need to open the doors to send the bastard back.
Doors meant to stay closed.
No doors are meant to stay closed. You can't go through a closed door. That's just a wall.
he's not wrong.
So where is this thing we need to either send back through a door or into a wall until it decides it doesn't want to stay here anymore?
I don't know. It's looking for me.
All right.
I'm not gonna make anybody roll for this, but you all heard it in the attic before the door slammed, and it sounded like it was fighting something up there. You heard from the attic.
The zombie babies! They were protecting her!
Oh,
Perhaps.
no, they were one floor down, right? Oh, no, wait a minute. Yeah.
No,
Did nobody
they were
heard
in the
them say
attic.
They
not
were in the
vampire?
attic.
Yeah.
Yep. So that's the last place you remember it being, even if you didn't necessarily see it.
But at the same time, the house made us say no.
Well, if we can't look for it, there's only one other option.
Finds us.
Yeah.
I'm
And
not using you as bait.
I'm already bait. And it's obvious. Juliet's nervous. But I don't have any other choice. We don't deal with it. It keeps hunting me. It
Like
won't.
the silver thing following pointing at Alexandria.
Yes. Though I don't know if it has an altar that we can smash.
There's also a what? You had a key, right?
A really nice gold one, yes.
Frederick? Do you
Hmm?
have an idea where that might go?
Can I see it?
And Saul's he's wearing the overall, so it's in the big pocket in the front, so he just kind of reaches in and pulls it out.
Yeah, I know where this goes. I don't know that I can lead you there. It's outside my bubble. But this is the key to Silas's lab. None of the ones who are in me remember what it's like. But all of them, all of me, is terrified at the idea of going there. I just don't know why.
I think we found our spawn.
So,
What will happen to you if we succeed?
My hope is that we go back to being just memories. We're not, I'm not, I'm not alive. I'm not a whole person. I'm I'm carrying memories and weight and trauma and everything from multiple people. And I would very much like to not do that anymore.
And Solus walks right up to him and stares into where his eyes would be if he had them. Is there anything in there that's just you?
identity crisis.
Yeah. Even with no actual facial expression, you can kind of just feel the sort of bewilderment.
The fact
I
that you
don't
can't. Go ahead.
I was gonna say I don't know that I can answer that. I don't know how to answer it.
I think that says a
several
lot.
parts.
There has to be part of you in there that's unsure, that's just you. So we'll save you and send the rest of them packing.
It's a nice thought. I don't know that you can, but I appreciate you even wanting to try. I don't know that I can be separated from them. I honestly don't know what'll happen if you can kill or drive this thing off.
Well, hopefully we find out. And hopefully you can rest. Or whatever
That
you
would be
want.
nice.
Saul's still got his little cigar going. He has a great big drag and then blows smoke very ceremoniously from the top to the bottom and back to the top on Frederick, just to see if anything shows up in the smoke, like if there's a shape or something that isn't, like, is there a body there too? He's trying to see if there's something there that isn't just bones.
It's kind of like breathing smoke onto, like, between the 2 points of a laser.
Mm-hmm.
And the smoke, there's an edge, there's a shape around the bones. It can't be felt if
Mm-hmm.
anybody tries to touch it, but there is a silhouette, and it's large but androgynous. There aren't any secondary sexual characteristics. It's just like a mannequin almost.
And then he just
Well,
nods. He doesn't say anything. He just nods.
that's odd.
That's not odd. That's you. And it's not. It's like question answered. He's not interested anymore. So, yeah.
Frederick hands the key back. And it's like, I don't know how to direct you to where it is. I just know that that's the key that will unlock it.
Back in the pouch. Turns to Alexandria and says, "I know you're uncomfortable. Even I can see it. But your disbelief is going to your disbelief is going to be our power."
Sure. And she puts her arm she has her arm around Juliet,
Mm-hmm.
but she hasn't really been saying anything.
Nothing can exist if no one believes in it. When it comes time, and we're all about to die. You not believing is going to save us. And it's like a prophecy. Yeah.
Well,
He believes it, whether it is a prophecy or not. He still doesn't know he's a scion, but he believes that.
don't necessarily love putting people first, but Juliet, you're the one with the spear.
You don't have. Yes. She looks to Alex. You don't need to be in the front with me.
If you want me to, I will. If you want me to, I will.
Do you want to? And she's gonna start walking.
And Alex waits a few seconds and then she'll run to catch up.
Saul darts ahead of Julia.
Also,
Not a word, just darts ahead.
Can you guys hear me okay? Because I feel like I'm talking kind of quiet.
I'm still hearing you fine.
We can hear you, but what I have noticed is when people whisper or talk quietly, the closed captioning isn't picking it up. So,
Okay.
yeah, if we can stage whisper a little bit louder, it will help those folks who are.
Sorry, Juliet's voice is just easier when I'm quiet.
Oh, yeah.
No, I get it. Yeah.
I'm gonna try to do that and project more. And project. That's
You
a
wonder. Oh, go ahead.
to Saul.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
Hey, Saul darts ahead, and everybody follows it at their pace.
It's like a little tiny Wolverine because it's little tiny Saul with his cigar going first. Yeah.
You open the doors and step out, and once again, it's not familiar. It's not at an angle. It's not leading you down. It's not leading you up. But it is twisting and warping. In places, it's just wider, like a bubble was formed and pushed everything out, but nothing broke. In some places, the floor has tilted to a degree.
Yeah.
I might need to get a green screen. Um,
Sometimes it makes you disappear.
It can.
yeah, that's fair. There are switchbacks, some inclines up or down, and the walls. There's no more wallpaper. They're not even painted. Some of them seem like they've just been drywalled. Some of them are just frames with something in between them. There are unfinished doors that seem to lead to nowhere. And all around you, the sound of building, frantic building.
Okay.
Yeah, Saul just keeps pushing. He's on a mission from God, right? He's in full Blues Brothers mode at this point.
It's hard to tell how long you've been walking after a point. This isn't one of those straightforward, endless liminal hallways. It feels like something is trying to lead you away or keep you away from where you're trying to go actively.
Saul, can I try leading?
I think you might have to. It's gone all non-Euclidean on me. Resisting the urge to badmouth it as being Lovecraftian in nature, but so I just went with non-Euclidean.
No, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
So Juliet's
doesn't-
gonna take the front.
The spear warms in your hand. Not uncomfortably, not hot, just warms. But unlike a game of hot or cold, it just warms while you're in the lead. Xander, after a time, you feel the vine around your bicep squeeze a couple times. And the more you keep walking, the more it squeezes.
It's kind of getting close to like what you want, buddy. I'm not gonna stop moving.
Squeeze, 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 squeeze.
You're like a
Big
dog at a pet
squeeze.
store.
Not painful.
You're now
either.
literally being a dog at a pet store.
Yep.
Okay, you
And
have
it's
fun
just
with that.
It's just gonna keep squeezing, and if you keep
I've
moving
given-
a little bit,
See, he's
that
given
is
it.
what it is.
He's given the vine attention. It's like if you have something, if you're uncomfortable and that makes you happy, I'll let you keep doing it.
There's one more almost petulant, angry feeling squeeze before it stops squeezing, which is probably bruised a little bit underneath it, and writhes like it's trying to move beyond squeezing. And from the surface rises a small, delicate flower. Kind of a familiar one. It looks a lot like a miniature version of the flower that grew down in the cave when you gave some seeds the Titan spawn essence. The flower shimmers and shivers and then points back the way you came. It's not like doing the, rah, rah, rah thing. It just kind of points back that way.
See, you're trying to tell me to have them turn around again. And that, or you're telling me the Titan's like behind me, and I should probably take a look because it may be trying to kill me. That is also entirely possible. So I am going to take just a slight glance back to see what might be indicated towards, if it's just a dark hallway or if something is there.
Silently behind you, far back behind you, but closing slowly. The walls, ceiling, and floor are bulging. Like something is moving within or beneath them. The hallway isn't closing in on you so much as it's indication of movement. The movement of something massive.
He's not going to go so far up. He's going to pass Alexandria and try to let Sol know that we're being followed. Because I feel like telling Alexandria we're being followed is not going to be a good time. Not that there's any other direction to go.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as is this our marker or not, is kind of we don't know if anything else is in the house. And if we're being followed by the Titan spawn, would like a bit of someone else to agree before turning the train around to deal with it. Or keep running.
So you just sort of like tap Saul and point backwards?
Yeah.
Do I see it when I turn around?
You see it. You also see some sort of shimmery, faint glow in the center of the hallway back there. It's hard to tell if it's related to what's going on or not, but it also wasn't behind you when you left, as far as you know.
Saul just stops walking and lets the rest of them pass. If anybody looks back, his face changes as he turns around to face what's coming. And what he's trying to do, he is given permission to Sonpona, the god of smallpox, to ride him.
Mind you, Juliet
Because-
was in front of him.
No,
Yeah.
Mhm.
yeah, but the thing with Sonpona is they are both a healer and the purview. One of their purviews is death. So he's trying to focus the healing on the light because light is good, and he's trying to focus death on that swelling wall to remind it that it's dead.
What attribute and skill would he use as part of that?
Oh boy, occult with true believer and I hate to say it, but resolve. It's his weakest mental stat, but it's the one that makes the most sense to me.
Okay, give me the roll.
Occult. Resolve. No additional dice, but I do have an enhancement. Three successes. Not bad out of 6 dice.
No, not bad at all.
Yeah, all the things that he's doing are occult and resolve, and they're both only at 3. I got 5s everywhere on this character sheet, but I love it. Yeah, it makes sense. It makes it challenging.
Yeah.
So
The bulges pause, surprisingly, or possibly not, given that he's a true believer, and sink back into the walls and floor and ceiling. But there's a tremor, as though this is something that's actually being fought against actively.
some doors
The
only
light-
open one way, and he kind of pushes with his mind.
The light gets closer rapidly and is a stream of those tiny luminescent butterflies that were also down in the cave.
Saul welcomes them with all of his heart, just spreads his arms and waits for them.
They move around Saul as though he was not the focus and
Yep.
not what they were there for.
Oh, yeah.
They don't like buffet him or anything. It's not it's an intentional snubbing. They swirl around Xander first. One of them landing on the tiny flower, flapping its little, almost glass-like wings. They flow around Alexandria and Mike. A storm of them, not so thick that you can't see, but they're everywhere. Just little flashes of light with wings almost like stained glass, perfect stained glass. And then they reach Juliet. And her, they all move around. She vanishes into a cocoon of light just for a few heartbeats before they stream off down the hall again.
That's better.
And the way seems to resolve, as though something was working against whatever forces were warping the hall in the first place, were warping the walls and the doors. They don't wait, though. They just keep going.
Just
Except for one who stays on the flower of Xander and
Yeah.
one who perches on the tip of Juliet's spear.
Just before I turn around and look back down the hallway again, and like he's talking to a puppy, he holds up one finger and says, "Stay," and then turns around and follows the butterflies in the group.
Yeah, Juliet's off to follow the butterflies.
Yep.
She's not even waiting to see if anyone's coming with her. She just hopes that her friends will.
And
there's
yeah,
one
Saul will
actually
stay
on-
at the back and keep looking, keep checking.
There's one on actually every one of you except Extreme Mike. There's one in Alexandria's hair, just kind of wandering around. So light, she can't feel it, and I don't think she'd look at it even if she knew it was there. There's one on top of Saul's hat.
On the little on the bow, because it's a bowler, right? So it's got the little bow
Yep.
on the side. Yeah.
Hanging out on the bow and just sort of popping around. One stays on the flower on Xander's little living armband. And of course the one on Juliet's spear. And the light, it's warm. It's welcoming. It's comfortable. It's not necessarily safe, because that would be a lie. But it's a little spot of beauty in life in a place that doesn't feel like it has really much of either of those things anymore. You see Mike kind of like gently tapping around. He's like, why don't I get one?
Because you're an asshole.
You strike me as an asshole too sometimes.
I
was gonna say
am.
her to a
I am
extreme,
an
but
asshole,
no.
but I'm a nice asshole.
It's not a thing.
And Saul looks down at himself like, "Did you just say I don't exist?"
I'm calling Neopets. That's who the Neopets. The smarter among you probably certain that he was trying to say nepotism, but didn't remember the word. So,
Where do you go for school?
oh man, I dropped out of that a long time ago.
Not
It shows.
I got my GED. That makes me just as good as anybody else.
That's just not true. Some people here have a college degree.
Juliet is not engaging in the conversation. She is just continuing forward and like just probably white knuckling the spear at this point.
Mike just sort of stops talking and returns to following. And eventually, you reach a door. It's almost like it's slammed into reality in front of you. One moment it was there or wasn't there, the next moment it's there, and it's heavy and it's iron from top to bottom with a golden lock inset in the dead center. It's a big door, easily enough to drive a car through. It doesn't seem like it really fits where it is now, but it feels like it forced everything else aside to make itself fit.
Well, someone really wants to be opened. He takes out the key and he looks at Juliet. Is this another one of those you things?
I don't know, but maybe I should go in first.
Not alone, you're not.
Saul points behind us, back down the hall, and says, "What's that?" Hoping that everybody turns to look.
Not
Juliet
looking.
looks at Saul.
And he looks you right in the eyes and sticks the key in the lock and turns it and then steps back. You can open it now.
See?
I would have been
Asshole
all right with that
too.
if you just said you wanted to unlock it. And Juliet is, you can tell that she's trying to like settle nerves.
Mm-hmm.
She's gonna walk in, still really gripping the spear tight. Phrasing all you want, whatever.
Yeah. As
The door-
Alexandria walks past, Saul just looks at her and says, "Just pretend they're fireflies."
She gives Saul just a look,
Mm-hmm.
and this will be the first time she's ever actually looked like out the side,
Yep.
and so gives him hard side eye, and then walks in after Juliet.
Bombastic
Plastic
side.
side
Yeah.
eye.
Yeah. And it does not get it. Just it doesn't. Yep. Yeah.
The door hisses when you open it, like something depressurizing.
Juliet
Chill
does
air.
jump.
Yeah, it's appropriate. It's loud and it's just a sudden.
And us going into this room, I feel like she's expecting a surprise attack.
It's dark at first. The butterflies don't seem to be able to illuminate it, and in fact, at this point, you can't even see where the main stream of them went. You each still have the one, but that's it, and they don't glow that brightly. The room is pitch black, and even from your steps, it sounds almost cavernous. The floor is some sort of concrete-like substance, but Alexandria, you can tell it's not concrete. It's almost like somebody managed to melt solid stone and then set it and cool it.
Yeah, Alex, even though she did walk in after Juliet, is absolutely staying by the door.
As soon as Juliet gets a little bit into the room, there's a chunk as a light comes on above her.
The noise you made
It's-
for that light coming on, I know what the light fixture looks like. It's one of those, yeah, it's one of the old arc lights in the metal cage. Yeah.
It's one of the old overhead spotlights.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thum. Yeah, yeah.
yep. And what's revealed by the light, which is a kind of unhealthy jaundicey yellow, almost sulfurous, is a medical table, a large one. Old, but steel. On the walls, which are a fair distance out, but not so far that you can't see them, are old medical equipment and scientific equipment. Erlenmeyer flasks, beakers, various vials, rubber tubing that looks like it's given up the ghost a long time ago and is probably very brittle at this point. Fabric and piping, much of it with various dried crust in them or on the walls, some of it colored, some of it not. The only things that seem to be still viable look like they are trapped samples of the black substance that you took, both in the vial and that was in the pool down in the Cave of Moss. Some of it crawls up the glass with the addition of light and possibly just with the addition of living things. None of it seems able to escape. Much of it looks like it was sealed in. Either there is no opening to the tube or bottle, or the opening is very heavily clamped down, sealed down with wax or other things. None of them were meant to escape, and it's not clear what a lot of them were meant to do. Does Juliet keep going? Does she wait for everybody else to catch up?
She keeps going.
Okay. As soon as she
Just
hits
hoping that her friends will have her back.
all of them except, Alex is probably going to close the door on you. But,
Oh yeah, probably.
as soon as she gets to the next bit of darkness where the light is fading, there's another loud ka-chunk, and another light comes on. More tables. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I wasn't gonna say anything just then. I had a detail to add. Every time the lights like ka-chunk, every time there's a sudden loud noise, Juliet flinches.
Okay. Just understandable.
Just narratively for the people who are behind her to notice. She's not hiding it. This
On
is
the wall,
scary.
yeah, no, this is not a good place. You can feel it in your bones. This is not a good place. Terrible things happened here, and living sane people should not be here. This is a message your nerves are telling you, your blood and bones and that lizard part of your brain are all telling you.
Yeah. Even still feeling that, Juliet knows that if she was her own girlfriend, she'd be by her side. But she
The guilt.
she does like she's taking in information, but also like slowly moving forward.
Along the walls, about halfway towards where the next light is most likely to come on, start to be filing cabinets. Very old style filing cabinets. Many of them wood, some of them fallen to rot despite the preservation. Yes?
Sorry, was the Titan essence like enclosed in vials again? Sorry.
Yes. Thus
She
far, everything she's seen is similar to what she has, but like some of them, like I said, are in big stoppered flasks. Some of it is in little vials. Some of it is in almost like a sealed terrarium.
she takes the little vials.
Okay.
Because if this is Titan essence, she remembers that it's something that is needed to fix shit.
Yeah, you were told that you needed a Titan essence to reseat that first God spike, as it were. I was out of character just real quick. I was wondering if anybody was going to bring that up. I'm glad you did. I
That's why
figured
she
somebody would have mentioned it
well,
eventually, but
not why she took it the first time. She took it the first time because it might be useful. Turns
yeah,
out, yeah.
it is. Yeah. So, like I said, there are cabinets. There are some of the big old style sort of scientific notebooks, crude versions of 3-ring binders full of paper, but all of it up against the walls. The second large set of tables that are revealed are more like mortuary tables, if any of your characters are familiar with that.
Juliet's been to enough places.
Yep.
She's trespassed enough places.
Yeah. So these are, once again, very, very old style.
She's never done a thing wrong in her life except for trespassing.
Yeah, that's hardly even a crime. It's the third light, the ka-chunks, when something slams into a cage to the left of her. The metallic boom. It's hard to tell what it was. It might have once been some sort of crab. It might have been something else. It's at this point a mass of chitin and legs and pincers, and for some reason, could be a giraffe's tongue. Crazy long purple tongue just jutting out of it and waggling past the bars. It's not close enough to grab her, but it is.
She does flinch away from it.
And that seems to be almost the starting gun for a number of other creatures in cages along this new route to slam into the bars, to rattle metal, to screech and holler and howl. None of them seem like they're making any progress getting out of their enclosures. But they know you're here. And they're hungry.
Shit.
They've been here for decades. That's right?
Yeah. At least
Yeah.
as far as you can tell, they've been here for decades.
This house has
Like,
been
everything
abandoned
here
for
looks-
ages, right?
Ages, yeah.
Yeah. And all the flashbacks we've seen were from long ago, or, I mean, in Juliet's case, she went back to the friggin' Bronze Age, but, yeah. But yeah.
The before times.
Yes.
The before times.
That's keeping them alive.
It's closed the door to death. I don't like it.
No. I don't either.
You don't suppose
Hmm.
any stops?
What?
What do scientists do after animal testing?
Oh.
Oh my.
You have a point. I don't like it. Not one bit. But you have a point. And she gulps as she continues moving.
I wish I could go first, but I don't think I can.
I'm sure you could walk beside me if you'd like.
Hey, wait up.
Okay.
You're saying?
Alexandria says to wait up.
Okay. About to ask how far back you were.
She is like a good 3 lights behind y'all.
Yeah, all the way back
Well,
at
we're
the
at
door.
light 3, so
Yeah.
we're at the door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, hold up. You guys are getting kind of far in the room.
Juliet stops but doesn't look back. She's more focused on what could be coming. And I can't blame her.
Yeah, I can't
Solus
either.
goes back and
Mike is
offers.
between Alex and the group. Like, he's
Mhm.
maybe one light back, but
Yeah.
slowly making his way, like going right up the middle as much as he can, like even
Mhm.
rubbing against the tables to
Yeah.
avoid the walls.
As Saul walks past him, just as he steps past him, he reaches over and pokes him in the ribs.
There is a very high-pitched and undignified screech, which only sets all the other creatures off even
Yeah.
more.
You're right.
From
I'm an
him.
asshole. And he keeps walking.
See? He admits it.
Gosh.
Then I get back to Alexandria and offer one
They're
hand
cute.
like I'm offering to help somebody out of a carriage. It's that formal.
Bitch. She walks past you.
Yep. As he grins, actually. Says, I knew you were tougher than you thought. Just Just watch Juliet.
I know I am.
Saul picks up the nastiest looking piece of medical equipment and just looks meaningfully at Extreme Mike.
We're in a room full of hungry animals, and that's how you want to act?
I won't say shit if you don't. That I think that's the first thing she says to Saul is, "I won't say shit if you don't."
I'm scared. You all got your ways to deal with it.
As soon as the two sets of footsteps get close, Juliet keeps walking.
And when Saul walks back past Mike, he just looks at him and says, "Show me you're brave. Maybe I'll respect you."
In Juliet's mind, Alex has made her decision on where she stands.
Mm-hmm.
Unless there's another door or some mirrors. So Mike follows, like he's closing with the group too, if only because, toxic masculinity says he can't let the girls. You can almost see it like in neon above his head.
Yep.
I can't let the women be tougher than me.
Yep.
For better or for worse. The next light, of course, he jumps, just like Juliet does when the next light thunks. And this is a wall of glass with a door in it. It looks almost like a hothouse. It's panes. It's not one solid wall, but inside it's a riot of plant life. Huge versions of things that probably didn't grow that big since maybe the Paleozoic era, Opening the door, it's moist, it's humid, it smells mostly like a riot of growing things, but underneath it all, there's a tang you've started to get familiar with. That scent that the same substance that warped all of the creatures still throwing themselves bodily against the cages in a frantic attempt to get to you was involved. Xander, you would notice this first. You're only actually seeing one of each thing. One of each kind of flower, one of each kind of fern, bush, whatever it is, there's only ever one. And you can tell that they're distinct species, even if they look similar. You don't need to make a roll for this. They're big enough for you to tell. The butterflies disperse, each one leaving you to go check out a new flower and flutter around. And that's the other thing that Xander would notice first. There aren't any insects in here. There's nothing that would pollinate. There's nothing that would eat the leaves. And yet, while there is extraordinary growth, it's not overgrowth. The plants don't seem to be fighting for space or for light from above. There's a balance here, a harmony, or at least a truce.
Xander sees it as very artificial.
And it is. This is not nature. Nature would be fighting tooth and nail to try and, dominate the whole place. The soil is damp, but it looks, for anyone that he checks, even glances at it, looks damp but depleted. This isn't fertile ground anymore. It hasn't been for ages.
So it's really the only thing keeping this plant life going is whatever extra source of nutrients they found or whatever extra, I hate to call it life, but at least energy they found.
The extra vitality they've somehow gained. Yeah. How would Xander notice something very minute but still very plant-based and out of place?
Well, that would definitely be through his botany training.
Okay.
And I'd probably still say it kind of falls into kind of a resolve stamina. It's not like, okay, now looking at everything in this room, a couple of things don't add up compared to what I've noticed.
Yep. All right, give me the roll.
How this works. Resolve. And if botany doesn't count, I don't know what botany is for.
Botany definitely counts.
For 2.
It's
Someone
not
took all my
immediate.
successes.
Solid to take all your successes. It's not immediately apparent, but because the lights are kind of off and they're not amazingly bright, but Xander eventually notices that there are tiny, like a carpet of tiny rootlets coming from each pot, each planter, and running across the floor. But you're not stepping on it. The center aisle is still very clear, other than, some overhang and such. There are no fallen leaves. There are no fallen petals. There's no pollen scattered, just these roots. And as you go deeper, the plants shiver and twitch a little as you pass them. None of them reach out. There's not really a feeling of danger, but they move like they know you're there in a way that plants should not know things. It isn't
But
until
they do
you're
know
about,
things.
but they do know things. It's about halfway through that you notice where those tiny rootlets seem to be accumulating. 2 cocoons of roots wrap around 3 or 4 figures on each side. They seem human shaped, at least from what you can tell of the cocoons. And they are moving slowly, like endlessly struggling futilely. It's likely that they're feeding on whatever these things are, and they have been for decades,
At least. Yeah.
longer.
Juliet, I hate to ask a question of you, but do you mind finding out what your spear does? He kind of tries to bring her attention to the cocoons on the side.
She nods. Maybe I could let them rest. And she's gonna try to put one of the food sources out of their misery.
She's gonna shank it with the spearhead.
Mm.
Where is she stabbing?
Heart.
Is extreme Mike an answer that's acceptable?
Out
Sorry.
of character.
Sorry to
Yeah.
artificially lighten the load there, but yeah, I couldn't help
No.
myself.
In the heart. All right, so the rootlets twitch and move under her boots when she steps on them. But they don't, once again, they don't seem to try to attack her. It's more like they're just noticing the pressure and the damage. There's a sensation of tension as she gets close to the nearest figure. and raises the spear. Plans to lean in, not necessarily aggressively, but certainly in reaction to her raising the spear. Does she still stab?
She looks towards Xander. He speaks plant, not her. She knows about plants,
Yeah.
but he's been saying that plants are telling him to go where?
Yeah.
Yeah.
These aren't potted petunias. There's something very Xander
He
about
doesn't
them.
have that ability.
Yeah.
She knows how to care for plants and how to identify them.
It's he sees it as kind of setting them free, because if this is their food source, at some point they're going to die, and it's just you've been left here to rot, and that's kind of all you have left. So it's like, okay, we're going to help you along. So Xander's for it. Whether or not Juliet feels like they're in danger where they are,
If
that Xander has less of an idea of.
if Xander gives the affirmative, she'll do it.
As she leans forward to do it, Saul just almost, you can tell it's not even conscious. He just puts his hands together like that in front of him and does that. Just unconsciously opening a door.
The blade slides through the rootlets and what is beneath with a disturbing ease. Like its skin and bones, if it even had any, had almost gelatinized by this point. Almost immediately, you've never heard a flower scream before. And I'm not really sure how to describe that other than
I am
creaks and
picturing when you blow onto a fat piece of grass.
okay. Yeah, no, I can
But
see that.
with distortion, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it comes from all around you. Like every plant is screaming, and that becomes apparent after a moment. For a moment you could consider that maybe it's because they were, losing a food source and maybe already at their limits as it is, but instead, golden fire streams up around the blade, fountaining out of this cocoon, but it does no harm to Juliet. It spreads through the roots like flash paper. They don't just go up slowly and like a fuse. They zip, and before you know it, the other cocoons, the other root bulbs, whatever you want to call them, have gone up as well, and it spreads further, running up into the plants themselves.
She's gonna put the other 3 food sources out of their misery.
She doesn't need to.
She doesn't. Okay.
Like the fire consumes everything, including the plants themselves from the inside out. You can see them start to glow through their main stems or roots. The glow spreads, widens, and very quickly, the entire hothouse has started to rain painless, luminescent sparks.
I'm imagining when you burn steel wool, you get that amazing
like
color, and then there's absolutely nothing left when you're done.
Yep. Every flower, every tree, every bush, every fern and ficus, all of it is gone within the span of a minute.
Oh.
And
Oh,
you
good.
can quite easily see the other end of the hothouse.
I was just gonna say, oh, good. Now we can find the way out.
What's that spear made of?
Alex-
It looks like bronze.
Alexandria won't want to hear the correct answer to that, and he just walks away.
Alexandria needs to understand that this is reality now. And she keeps walking.
It's okay, Alexandria. I don't believe it either. These aren't my gods.
Wait, gods? Extreme Mike is just like, what do you mean gods?
So what do you believe in?
I believe there's no laws when you're drinking claws, man.
There are plenty of clothes in the room before. I don't recommend
Yep.
drinking them.
Different kind of claws. All right, look. I don't really believe in anything at this point. This wasn't in the Bible. This wasn't in any literature I've ever been given. Not that I read a lot of it. All of this. This wasn't supposed to actually happen. You get me? I went to old creepy places. We'd have Big Rick go around and make noises and do things to make a good show. And then, we did some editing, posted stuff, and that was it. That was the hustle.
So you understand followers then?
I do. Not yeah, I have a few. I have some diehards.
And if you had enough, you would be a god. But you don't. Thank goodness. But you understand. Imagine being a follower instead of the one that's followed. That's what it's like to believe in gods.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Of course you don't, because you made your followers do stupid things.
I did the stupid things. My followers didn't have to.
You don't
just
think
needed
that
to
at
watch
least
me
one
do
of them tried to do them too?
I told them not to. We had legal disclaimers. Big Rick said that was important.
And of course, when you tell someone not to do something, they don't do it, right? If I told
It's out
you
of my
not to
hands, bro.
drink all your beer, you would drink all your beer just to spite me, right?
Well, despite you specifically, yeah, absolutely. I might even pour a couple of them out just so you couldn't have them.
So you see the power I have over you. Multiply that by 1,000 and you'll understand a god. And
Okay.
just turn around and walk. When I see him lock up, I just turn around and walk away, leave him to think it out. Glory. I just made every screamer in chat feel slightly awkward.
Juliet's
Oh,
moving forward and she's kind of refusing to look back right now.
Yep.
Yeah. You get through the glass. There's another door at the end and another chunk. And this is probably the part that you were most worried about. Suspended in crude copper, brass, iron chased tanks are things. Things that clearly used to be people. Things that turned out rather like Saul's
Nightmares?
nightmares. Yeah. Saul's nightmares, Saul's vision. These are things that changed in terrible ways. And not all of the tanks are adult sized.
Content warning.
Content warning. I'm not going to describe them more than that.
Yep.
but they are there.
Yeah.
And there are more filing cabinets. There are more what appear to be handwritten medical journals and just handwritten journals in general. Papers scattered. And more of the surgical tables. Most of them still crusted with old blood. Tools still sit on the edges of them. Scalpels, bone saws, cleavers.
Do the things in the tanks appear to be squirming or moving?
Not currently. All of them seem to be floating. All of their eyes are closed. Something is gently agitating the fluids in their tanks. There are tubes that seem to run directly into the walls.
Part of me wants to break the tanks, but I don't think we should. But we should, but we shouldn't, but I'm confused.
Please don't.
Don't we have to free them?
Freeing them may be better at the source,
Yes.
at the root rather than at the flower.
Yes.
I mean, if that, whatever you're talking about doesn't work, we can always come back, right?
If we survive.
Yes.
Saul's
And-
head comes around and looks at Extreme Mike. He doesn't say anything, but there is absolute shock on his face. Like, that's the first logical fucking thing you've said since we found you upstairs yesterday. But not a word out loud. Yeah.
Yes, Juliet says. She turns and, like, obviously she's afraid, but her eyes are also glazed. Like, she's, like... There's more going on.
Yeah. The trauma runs deep in this one.
Well, nowhere to go but forward. She keeps walking. And she's walking slowly and being sure not to bump anything.
Solus holds his hand out to Alexandria again. You know what my name means, right? Why I always use the last initial? I am Solus. Come with me.
Doesn't take his hand, but she's walking.
He just kind of grins.
About 2/3 of the way down the room, you can finally make out a bronze sphere. Just the edge of a massive bronze sphere. The light just glistens off it. It looks wet, or at least slimy, but also as though it was new forged. Incredibly shiny. That deep orange brown color that real good bronze always is.
Runes or markings? Because we've seen the
None that
runes
you
on
can
the new
Yep.
blade, right? Okay.
You have, but not on the section that you can see.
Oh! Speaking of that, does Juliet... And does her witchy stuff with runes, does she... what role? Occult? Occult and resolve,
I
perhaps?
love it.
I meant to ask earlier, and I forgot.
Yeah, go
the
for it.
words
Give me.
The moment of enlightenment on your face, Ren, was absolutely one of the most
was
charming
fantastic.
things I've
You
ever seen in my
reminded me
life.
of something that I meant to do earlier.
That
It's
idea
like somebody-
exploded in your head.
Yeah.
It came out your eyes, it came out your nose, out your mouth, out your ears. It was just, it was amazing.
It felt like when lightning strikes really close.
Yep.
Yep.
I'm not going to use Not Afraid of the Occult because she's very much afraid right now.
Yeah. That's
Wait. You know what? It actually makes sense to be rolling with resolve this time.
okay. Yeah.
4 successes.
Wow.
You almost know what they say, but these are, and you can tell that the disconnected. These are the original runes, possibly the root of the entire Firthark alphabet. Something so complex, even in the simple lines that they have, that understanding them isn't something that's going to come easy, and isn't something that a baseline human could possibly even manage.
I'm not.
But you're not. And just as you're looking at the runes, as the idea strikes you and you check them before you go any further, there is a booming metallic clang, and the surface of that bronze sphere distends as though struck from within by a terrible force. Implements go tumbling off of tables. Some of the tables themselves collapse in a cacophony of metal and failure and violence. The eyes of every creature in every one of those tanks snap open and focus on the 5 of you. And you hear, like it's vibrating through the very metal, "Fair child." Thank you.
That was so fun. Oh, you didn't close the curtain.
Yeah, that was
That was the
Oh yes,
foodly,
that
foodly,
was.
foodly,
Okay,
foodly,
sorry.
foodly. Yes.
Yep.
Mhm.
I spoke a little too quietly. We just
It's-
talked about whispering so softly. Yep.
It was just that there was the silence after.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was kind of half expecting to be cursed out at that point, but
Nope.
I was expecting it.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say thank you to my players, each one of you individually, starting with Alex Sands. I know it can't be easy to keep channeling this anger and tightly held to disbelief and everything. So I appreciate you sticking with what you feel your character would do in an uncomfortable situation. Ren, you've definitely had Juliet handling a whole lot of curveballs today and been teased with a lot of almost knowledge. And you've definitely sort of further, I don't know if humanized is the right word, but showed that Juliet isn't the unflappable, macabre queen that she generally seems to sort of project to be.
This is the thing that had she's actively seeking out the thing that tried to kill her.
But we're seeing the humanity in both of them,
Mhm.
like Alexandria and Juliet. We're seeing a true human response to a horrible situation, and I really like that.
Yep. Xander, I definitely appreciate that the first plants he's run across to, besides the flower in the cave and forever, he was just like, they're suffering. We've got to end this. It wasn't a how do I protect them, how do I get them out of here, just how do we free them? And
that's how we get them out of there.
Yes.
We got to free them.
Yeah.
There's a point you can only do so much.
Yep. And Solace still clinging to his beliefs even when other gods show up, and
Oh yeah. Yep.
or he thinks they are. Really just living it and trying to do various things for the party, and just being that sort of enigma that he is.
Yeah.
Sometimes helpful, sometimes an asshole. I definitely appreciate it.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. It doesn't hurt that I've got 15 gods to choose from. So
That is fair. That is fair. It's
all
a
of them
lot
with
of them.
all of them with at least 3 callings and at least 3 purviews. So
Yep.
yeah. I'm
Okay.
waiting for them. What's going to crack Saul is when he finds out there really is, like, he's a true believer, but when that God comes down and talks to him, his head's going to come off. So yeah.
You're like, we were wishing you good, brah,
Yeah.
but we weren't actually doing things. So
Yeah.
good on you.
Well, it'd be like going to church and actually seeing God standing at the pulpit one Sunday. It's, oh shit. All of a sudden, after years and years, it's, am I worthy? Right. That's what. It's going to be a hell of a moment.
Chat seemed to be jumping off as it often does. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Thank you, Kyle, for the phenomenal session.
Yes.
Yeesh.
And
You'll take the compliment.
And
you don't get up so easily.
The hundreds of references to horror movies, and I mean, we had the pods tonight from Body Snatchers. We the Icar, the blade that stabbed Jebez, all of it. Like it everything is a reference to something else. It's magnificently well done. And while I've got your attention, Glory wants her cactus back. I presume that's so she can throw it at you again.
It's not like she doesn't have dozens of other plushies. Not all of them have glass eyes to hit me in the teeth with. But yep. Thank you to chat for being active and jumping in. I couldn't respond to a lot because once again, this group keeps me focused and on my toes, which I always appreciate. I am never bored, and none of my plans ever actually stick around once we start doing things, which is also actually a wonderful thing.
That's what makes you a great GM, is you don't stick to a story that somebody's changed. It's my favorite thing to say as a GM is, I like your idea better, let's do that. And you are a master of that. You make it, even though we can see you taking our ideas and working with it, it still feels like your story. It still feels like your plan. So magnificent.
If you got this far on the VOD or on YouTube, obviously you liked what you saw. Hopefully you've already watched the other episodes. If not, go back and watch them. And then once you've caught up here, go and watch any of our other wonderful stories. If you were a fan of CW back in the day, definitely check out Deviant Paradox. If you were fans of all sorts of original D&D, if you watch the old D&D show, like the animated show way back in the day, check out our various D&D games. They're all fantastic. You like superheroes, we got a game for that too. You like Redwall, we've got a game that's slightly less bloody. We've got all sorts of wonderful things here. The Sunday game, tons of content to go back and watch. Just be sure to like and subscribe, hit that bell so you know that we're putting up new stuff, because we're putting out up to 8 different episodes a week.
Yep.
It's a lot of wonderful content. And, if you really like what we're doing, you can join us on the Discord. It's probably it's not even probably, it is one of the most supportive, wonderful, safest, most comfortable places to be. And it's all thanks to the loving guidance of our channel daddy, our Discord daddy and channel father, Kevin. So
I refuse
thanks,
to take more
everybody.
than a tiny bit of credit for that. The rest of you made it what it is. I started it, you made it what it is, but thank you.
And with that, then we'll finish things up the way we always do here at Dirty 20. The world is not a good place right now for almost anybody. It can be scary, it can be draining, it can be a struggle just to get through the day. If all you do today is take care of yourself even a little, you've already won. And if you have it in you to show kindness to other people, it could make all the difference in the world to people who you may never see again. And if you don't have the energy for kindness, you can be nice. just take care of yourself. You matter.
Yes, you do.
Good night.
Good night.
No,
Good night,
Alright.
y'all.